In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Singapore Airlines' most exclusive lounge, the private room in Singapore Changi Airport Terminal 3. I'm going to be reviewing the food and drink, the facilities, and the overall ambience of the lounge in detail. If you enjoy the video, please hit like or subscribe. The private room is located at Changi Airport Terminal 3, and as the name suggests, it's pretty private. Access is only for ticketed passengers on a Singapore Airlines flight in their first class cabin. That's right, no status will gain you access here, no flying on partner airlines. The only way to gain access is with a red or gold for suites boarding pass. To access the private room, you first check in at Singapore Airlines' dedicated first class check-in area, and then make your way towards the fast lane immigration, only for first class passengers. The benefit of using this lane is not that it's particularly quicker, because regular Singapore immigration is lightning fast. The benefit is that it brings you out here, right at the bottom of the escalators that take you to the private room. Take a short ride up these escalators, hand your boarding pass to one of the ground staff, and they will direct you in the direction of the private room, to the left. One of the first things you'll notice in this lounge is the presence of Lalique everywhere. From this impressive Lalique crystal display in the entrance, to these Lalique leaves that line the ceiling in the communal area of the lounge. Even the toiletries in the shower room are Lalique branded, offering an eau de toilette, a face mist, and a hand cream. I don't know if Singapore Airlines has done some formal partnership with Lalique whereby they sponsor the lounge, but their presence is certainly felt throughout. And to be clear, not in a bad way. The designs look amazing, very tastefully done. As you can see here, the view from the lounge is the inside of Terminal 3. This isn't a terrible thing, although personally I would have liked to have seen a runway view. The lounge consists of two main sections. The first is the communal area that has a bunch of seating where you can sit, and there's no problem for them to serve you food and drink in this area if you so wish. The staff pass through regularly to take your order. However, if you want something a little bit more formal, there is a dining area at the back of the lounge, set up with many tables for you to sit down and order from their a la carte menu. As you can see from the a la carte menu, they have a very extensive selection of wines and spirits, including 3 vintage champagnes and multiple white and red wines. They also have an extensive menu of starters, main course and dessert, and along the side you can order teas, coffees, juices and soft drinks. I visited on multiple occasions, so please don't think I ate all this food in one visit. I'm just going to be showing you the highlights of the food that I've eaten here. Depending on whether you're going for lunch or dinner, there are 2 types of satay available. One is a mixed satay shown here, consisting of lamb, chicken and beef, and the other one is a Wagyu beef satay, where you get fewer sticks, but the meat is much more tender and flavoursome. Honestly, both of these were delicious, but the Wagyu satay has to beat it for me. The flavour was insane. I've also tried their burger, which is plain and simple, but very tasty on a brioche bun. The only criticism I'd have is that they serve it with potatoes. I mean, come on guys, look, I get it, you're a fancy lounge, but a burger has to have french fries. Couldn't you have done like triple cooked or something? One dish I've had here twice is the salmon don. I'm featuring it twice and I've had it twice because it is so out of this world delicious. Honestly, I don't know what they do to that salmon, but the taste, it explodes in your mouth. I highly recommend this dish if you're in a lounge. It's also not too large, so you can guilt-free order it alongside something else that's perhaps a little bit smaller. The dim sum is also pretty good in the lounge. These were salted egg yolk buns and were really delicious, with the egg yolk being nice and runny in the middle, not too overdone like they sometimes are. You might not be able to get this dish if you go to the lounge, as it was featured on their Chinese New Year menu, but it consisted of belly pork, prawns and abalone. Very nice. Available only at dinner time, which I believe is from 5 in the afternoon onwards, is the rack of lamb. I don't have enough good things to say about this dish. It was cooked to perfection. One dish, which I've actually ordered 3 times in this lounge, and frankly, I get every time I go, is the ice cream. Each visit I keep on meaning to find out which brand they use for this, but it's honestly some of the best ice cream I've ever had. You only get 3 choices on flavour: chocolate, strawberry and vanilla, but my god, it's out of this world. You know when ice cream is so insanely rich and creamy, but at the same time is a little bit chewy? This is exactly what this ice cream is. They usually also go to a lot of effort with the presentation, adding wafers and chocolate dipped sticks. When you're done with eating, as I mentioned earlier, there's ample seating space for you to sit down, including power sockets, USB-A style chargers, little lamps, and tables to put any food and drink that you wish to eat here instead of in the dining area. Each booth is incredibly private, blocked from the people either side of you. You might see some people at the other end, but I can't stress enough how few people are in this lounge at any one time. Each Singapore Airlines first class cabin only has 4 seats in it, and the largest on the A380 have 6 for suites, so there won't be many people here. One thing I wanted to show which is particularly impressive is the shower rooms. Honestly, these are the size of a small apartment in some cities, and they're about 4 times the size of my shower room in my own apartment. Considering how valuable the real estate is in Terminal 3, they did not spare any expense. One test which the lounge passes with flying colours is that the toilets are the Japanese brand with the self-cleaning functions. Real credit to them for offering this in a lounge. As I mentioned earlier, the toiletries are by the company Lalique, and they offer a wide variety of pretty much everything you could need: eau de toilette, face mist, hand wash, shaving cream, shavers, toothbrushes, combs, mouthwash cups. These are free to take as well, so if you forgot your toothbrush, don't feel guilty about putting one into your hand luggage bag. The showers are similarly huge and consist of a detachable shower head and a large rain shower on top. And the walls are covered in a marble-like design. I'm not sure if it's actual marble. With a little seating area over here if you have mobility issues and need to sit down. The toiletries are by the brand Como Shambhala, which I understand is a high-end brand, and they certainly felt like it. Again, no sparing on expense here. The private room has only recently been renovated, I think about 1 or 2 years ago, and it shows. Everything felt brand new, sparkling, and there were no visible signs of age anywhere. Other facilities provided in the shower rooms include this hairdryer, which I had a little bit of trouble opening the drawer. There we are. It's a really small but incredibly powerful one. It uses the Dyson-like motor, although it's not a Dyson. Overall, I love this lounge. It's a really nice design, great feel, and bear in mind, I didn't take this footage when it was quiet. I've taken this footage over multiple visits, and it's always this quiet. Because they limit access only to first-class passengers, you do rarely see that many people in here. The food and drink is very good, and the staff are incredibly attentive and friendly too, not hesitating to make respectful small talk with you while they take your order. Is it the best first-class lounge in the world? I'm gonna say no, and that's a real shame, because Singapore Airlines is one of the best first-class products in the sky, but they always seem to fall a little bit short with their ground experience. Is it the best Singapore Airlines lounge in the network? Undoubtedly yes. And just because it's not the best in the world, it is certainly going to make any top 10 list. They did a really good job with this. If you're flying on a Singapore Airlines flight out of Changi Airport, there's no other alternative. Come here.